What's up, y'all? Here to talk about the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua. Wow. He pulled it off, y'all. I told you months ago all he needed to do was jab, and that's pretty much what he did. Ruiz couldn't reach him. And there was a lot of talk before the fight. Hardly anybody was picking Joshua. They was just acting like he didn't know how to fight or something. I'm like, please, you guys seen his resume compared to the rest of the division? It's like, how are you writing this guy off so fast? But anyway, he gave Andrew Ruiz a boxing lesson, and a lot of people saying, "Oh, he ran." That's not the fight I saw. That's called boxing. He was jabbing. He threw a right when the opening was there. He's not going to expose his chin again if there's no opening. He's going to throw it when the opportunity presents itself. But he went in there, handled his business, and I could see that the angry Anthony Joshua, and that's the dangerous version when he's sticking out his tongue and talking to his opponent. But he went in there and handled his business. And Andy Ruiz came in at what, 283 or something. I mean, you could see it right when he in his t-shirt when he took off his robe. I was like, wow, this guy's really heavy. And he didn't even I could tell from his first punches he wasn't even as fast. He tried to throw a 1-2 and it was just slow as molasses. I'm like, this isn't the same Andy Ruiz. But even if it had been, I believe Joshua already knew. He figured him out. He'd been talking to Klitschko and studied old classic tapes, so he knew how to deal with him this time. And so Ruiz is talking about, he partied too much and perhaps didn't eat right or whatever, but he wants a trilogy. I mean, that'd be great, but somewhere down the road, I want to see some of the other fights like Wilder, Fury, Wilder, of course, Joshua. That's the big fight we all been waiting for. Joshua, Fury. Joshua had offered to help Fury sparring, but I think that offer is no longer on the table. But it's just been really exciting lately. Of course, we had Wilder knocking out Luis Ortiz in dramatic fashion in the seventh round. I mean, he was losing like every round, and then bow, just knocked him clean out. But back to Joshua, I believe he is the most dangerous heavyweight right now. Why? Not because I'm a fanboy, but because he learned from his loss and he knows how it feels to lose. With Fury and Wilder don't know. They know what it's like to draw, but they don't know what it's like to lose. He knows what it's like, and he didn't like the feeling. And like I said, he before in an old video, he met Ruiz at his worst. He said he had a health condition, which I totally believe. You could see he wasn't right for the first fight. But if he could knock Ruiz down, the first person to do it when he wasn't at his best, and then I mean, goodness, he's like he's a boxer puncher. So I don't believe Wilder's ever been hit by someone as hard a puncher as Joshua, and Joshua's never been hit by someone like Deontay Wilder. And Wilder, by the way, isn't the hardest punching heavyweight of all time, even though that's the popular consensus nowadays. People overreact. You got to look at the times we're in, the level of competition. Uh, it's just the same. Would he be knocking out the era of like Ray Mercer and Evander Holyfield and fighters like that? Would he be putting them down like that? I doubt it. It's the level of competition, and Anthony Joshua has the much better resume, and it'd just be hard, I believe, for Deontay to deal with Joshua moving around and then getting hit with occasional rights, left hooks, and uppercuts. Deontay's got one punch, and I don't understand what these trainers are doing. Don't they know to just crowd that right hand? If he crowd the right hand, he has no space to throw it. He needs lots of room to land that right hand. That should be their first game plan. Crowd the right hand, angles, crowd the right hand. Don't just stand out there waiting to get hit, kind of like Ortiz did. It's almost too like Teddy Atlas was saying, like he kind of pawed with it and just kind of, and then came with the right behind it, kind of camouflaged and hit it. But anyway, I think Joshua really proved a point. I believe he is the most dangerous heavyweight in the division right now because he's got power and can box. Fury, on the other hand, can just box, clown around. Great fighter, but he doesn't have the pop. And Wilder, very good right hand, not the strongest in history. Very good right hand, but he's got one punch. And people say, well, I saw him land the uppercut. Yeah, but how often have you seen that? And everybody's talking about his one hit power, but I've seen old videos of Wilder back when he was just throwing those helicopter punches all over. You know, it wasn't one punch back in all of his fights. But anyway, Joshua was the most dangerous heavyweight right now. I don't care what the popular thing is to say, you know, and not a fanboy, and I'm not saying this because this or that. I'm just saying what I saw. He gave a performance Muhammad Ali would have been proud of. And people, the same people that love Muhammad Ali, come back and talk about Joshua was running. Well, he did just what Ali would do: move and hit, move and hit. The name of the game is boxing, to hit and not get hit, not sit there and take shots and then end up with brain damage after the fight. So we'll see what's next. I think for Joshua it'll be, let's see, I can't think of the guy's name right now. Pulev. I think it'll be Pulev, or I don't know. But we'll see what's next for Joshua. Dillian White, he was on the undercard. He was at a career high 271, but he'll be back. Hopefully he'll get his shot against Wilder. I'm glad he overcame his issues and false accusations that were aimed his way. He's a great fighter, and I enjoy watching his fights. Derek Chisora, it was just it was a good thing to watch. And a lot of British boxers are coming back. And Anthony Joshua, two-time, show him respect. Make sure you comment, subscribe, and be fearless as always. Jay Roos.